third grade. All right, we're going to keep looking at prefixes today. We're going to take a look at a brand new one. And I know you know, like the back of your hand, this same slide I've showed you lots of times, but we know we have a root word and we can add to that root word. And if we add to the end of the root word, that's called a suffix. If we add to the beginning of the root word, that's called a prefix. And our spelling lists have two prefixes on it. Our spelling list have the prefix un and the prefix re. Un means not, re means again. Then yesterday we took a look at the prefix pre, which meant before. And we can even hear the word prefix. We can hear the prefix pre and the word prefix. Today we're going to take a look at the prefix by. Okay, by, and by means to. Now, what I want us to make sure of is that we are looking at words that have a root word and a prefix. So for example, in the word bib, it starts with bi, but if I took away the prefix, do I have a word? If I take away the bi, I don't have a word, right? So the word bib, even though it starts with bi, does not have a prefix, okay? You have to have a root word that we're going to add the prefix by to, okay? All right, so let's take a look. Here are some that I thought of. Ready? Most of these I think you've heard of before. A bicycle. It's called a bicycle because it has two wheels. So bicycle, two wheels. Bi-weekly. That means that it happens every 2 weeks. So for example, since we started e-learning, we've had a new spelling list bi-weekly, every 2 weeks. Whereas when we were in school, we had a new list every week, right? So it's bi-weekly, every 2 weeks. If bi-weekly means every 2 weeks, what do you think bi-monthly means? Every 2 months, every 2 months. Biennial. Has anyone ever heard of that word before? Biennial, biennial. You might have heard of a centennial or millennial. Hear that ennial word? That root word ennial? That means year, year. So if biennial would mean every 2 years, every 2 years. So some things happen every 2 years. For example, well, not now, but the Olympics usually rotate so that we have some type of Olympics every 2 years. We either have a winter or a summer, right? So while a Winter Olympics happens every 4 years, we have Winter Olympics skip 2 years, Summer Olympics skip 2 years, Winter Olympics skip 2 years. So it would be biennial, right? Okay, bifocals. We talked about this in my class. I know bifocals, that we said if you have these special glasses, okay, that have two lenses in them. So it has, a lens on the bottom and a lens on the top. They're called bifocals, bifocals. Binoculars. You have two, right? You have two that you're looking through. Binoculars. We were looking at we got out our binoculars the other day because this hawk flew in our backyard and it landed on our fence and was eating something, and we were trying to see what it was eating. We think it was a chipmunk, but we got our binoculars out. Bilingual. Bilingual means that you can speak 2 languages. That would be such a gift to speak 2 languages. A biplane. A biplane has 2 levels of wings, right? Biplane. Okay, so by in all these words means to. By is one of those prefixes that it names a number, right? But when we were doing polygons, we didn't talk about by. Do you know why? Because can you make a polygon with 2 sides? No. So the smallest unit or smallest prefix we looked at when we were looking at sides was try, right? Because the smallest, you have to have at least 3 sides in order to make a shape. You can have 2 line segments, and you make an angle, but 3 to make a shape. So we didn't look at those when we were looking at, we didn't look at by when we were looking at our polygon names, but this should be familiar to you. Take a look and see what you notice. Okay, so if we look at the number ones, okay, ready? Uni or mono. There's a couple that have 2. Uni or mono both mean 1. Like a unicorn has 1 horn, or united, we are 1 country, right? Bi means 2. We just went over that one. Tri means 3. So a tricycle has 3 wheels, or a triangle has 3 sides, or the Holy Trinity, God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit, right? 3. Quad means 4. 4. Quadrilateral has 4 sides. Quadriceps, those muscles in your leg, they have 4 parts to that big muscle called a quadricep. Penta or quint means 5. Hexagon means 6. Hept means 7. Oct means 8, like an octagon or an octopus has 8 arms, right? Non means 9, like a nonagon has 9 sides. And deca means 10, like a decagon or a decade of the rosary, like we've been practicing. 10 Hail Marys in one decade, or a decade has 10 years. So these are some of our number ones prefixes that are pretty cool. Today, oopsie, sorry about that. Today, you're going to just be looking at these 3. Let me not go too fast to get you sick here. These 4 prefixes. So the 2 that are spelling list, and then these pre and by. You're going to do RN, page 131, and I'll write that down for you. RN, page 131, and you're going to use the words at the top, but make sure that you're noticing what the prefix means, okay? And fill in the word that makes that sentence complete. Goodbye, my 3rd graders. See you later.